So in today's webinar, I will be talking about how to build your forever retouching system. So why this system is forever for you? It is because our license for plugins uh, lasts forever. So you can just one once you uh, bought the plugin, you will be able to get all free updates. So you will be using it until you need it. So let's move on to the goal and plan for this webinar. I hope at the end of this webinar, you can turn an hour of retouching into a few minutes on your PC or on your Mac. So I'm using Mac today. So first, I will discuss Retouch4me overview. So what products do we have? Then I will show you how our plugins work. Maybe I will uh, show you some hidden gems, best practice for using our plugins, and how to build the workflow. And then at the end, I will answer your questions. Okay, let's move on. So what is Retouch4me? So if you have or maybe had a retoucher and you pay for retouching your images, so yes, Retouch4me is it's like your AI assistant trained by photographers to save you time without losing the quality. So the biggest problem about AI plugins and other AI products that they cannot provide hard result. So from images to images, sometimes the result are different, but in case of our plugins, we are trying to do our best and the result will be really great. So you will get professional quality. And actually all our plugins is pretty simple, so you don't need any special knowledge, especially if you even don't know how to retouch images, you can use our plugins and get professional results. Our plugins also compatible with Photoshop, so we have Photoshop retouching panel. So you can run our plugins right from the panel in Photoshop. They are really easy to use, and if you need to, you can get all the retouching results as layers right in Photoshop. Also, you can use our plugins as external editors in Lightroom or Capture One, for example. So here at the screen, you see uh, three products, and each product differs from others. So the first one is Apex. Retouch4me Apex is a plugin for the cloud. When you're working with the cloud, you pay only per retouch. So you have like retouching credits, and in one interface, you will have 11 tools for your retouching. No matter how many tools you're using at the same image, you will pay only for uh, one retouch. So the second tool is Photoshop panel. And in this webinar, I will explain how it works in details because our main goal today is forever retouching, and Photoshop panel works also with the cloud, but it also works with license and the plugins with license, so you can just buy them once and use forever. And also we have ARMS. ARMS is our AI editor. It is free, but to use it, you need to have cloud retouches, or you need to have local plugins to retouch your images. But ARMS is really great if you need to retouch lots of files at once. For example, if you are retouching like weddings or something like this, so you need to batch retouching lots of files, so you can use ARMS in this case. So the very simple way to try our products is to download Photoshop panel, install it in your Photoshop, and then activate 20 free retouches in your personal account. Then you need to open your Photoshop panel, go to the Cloud Retouch tab in the panel, Just log in using your personal data for your Retouch4me account, and you will get 20 free retouches for your photos, so you can try how our plugins works on your computer using the cloud retouching. All right, so let's go and I will show you how our plugins works. Photoshop right now. Just check the image on the screen, see um, how many problems do you have here, and just text to the webinar chat how much time would you spend on such an image. And I will check the webinar chat now. 20 minutes? I don't think so. There are lots of problems here. It's not only the main subject, the portrait of this guy at the center, but it's also about the clothes. It's also about the background. You can see some dirt on the background. You also need to fix everything. Just let's zoom in. Some blemishes. Look at the some dark areas under the eyes, teeth. So actually, you need to fix everything. If you need to, for example, upload this image to the, it was actually made for Shutterstock. I think that for such an image, you will spend like maybe an hour or something, but using AI, you can really speed up your process, and I will show you the final result, how it look like. So here is the after version, and here is the before, after. So I will show you how you can get such an image just in one click. But first, let's check all the layers that I get here. So let's start from the first layer, which is called Clean Backdrop. And we have such a plugin. So if you are shooting people in the studio, you have a studio backgrounds, white cyclorama, and you need to clean it first. So this is how it look like. So before and after, just check the background. Sometimes if you have some small white dots on the clothes, if you have a dark clothes, you can use dust plugins, or you can apply this plugin to the products if you have some dark materials and you have a lot of dust on it. So you can use this plugin to remove the dust. So let's move on to the eyes. We have a eyes plugins. So the first one, which is called eye vessels, fix blood vessels in the eyes. So here is the before and after. So before and after. The next plugin, which is called eye brilliance, it makes the eyes pop up. Just see the before and after. Also, we have a teeth here, so you can apply white teeth plugin to whiten the teeth. Also, we have a clothing, and if you need to make it look really pretty nice, you can apply fabric plugin. This is how it works, before and after. And all layers with the skin goes to the skin folder. So let's start from the first one, which is called heal. So here is the before and after, some small imperfections on the face. We have a mattifier plugin if you are shooting with flash events, and sometimes you have some highlights on the skin, like oily shine on the skin. So just check the forehead. But in this case, this image looks pretty nice. So Dutch and burn layer smooths out the skin. So here is the before and after. Skin tone layer smooths out the skin tone. So if you see here, maybe some slightly red shade under the eyes, the ear and after. So here's the before, and on the image after, you see that the color of the ear and the hand are the same before and after. Also, we have a portrait volumes plugin, which is increase visual volume of your images. So before and after. In most cases, if you need to fix something, you can go just to the specific layer and just decrease or increase the opacity of the layer. So if you need to, uh, for example, in this case, to decrease the effect of the ported volumes, you can just decrease the opacity, or you can increase up to 100% before and after. So this is how it works. So every plugin you can run from the panel, and let me show you how the plugin interface look like. Let's start from the Heal plugin. So our plugins also can work with black and white images. And in this case, we have a black and white image. We'll make a copy of the layer, then go to the filter, Retouch4me Heal. So let me know if you see the plugins interface on your screen at the moment. Yes, all right. So here is the plugins interface. So you can see all these white dots here. This is the areas of the images of the image where the plugin fix the skin. So here is the before and after. You have a sensitivity slider on the very bottom, and you have some buttons. So using these buttons, you can choose how much your person obtain the area on your image. If you have a close-up portrait, you can use this icon. If you have a half-length portrait, you can use this icon. And if you have a full-length portrait, you can use this icon. So the smaller the icon here, the smaller imperfections will be retouched on this image. So let me show you the amount of white dots while I'm using the full length portrait. So this is how it looks like. So this is for the half length and for the close-up portrait. And here you can just tick make mask, click apply, and you will get retouching as a layer with only retouched areas. So you can just turn it off or turn it on. Let me zoom in, off, on. So when you run the plugin right from the menu, you spend the time for the plugin preview. Actually, you don't need it. You can just run the plugin right from the panel. So here is the panel. Here's the cloud retouch. This is the tab for the cloud retouching, but today we will be talking about on-device retouching using. So here is the Heal plugin. All you need to do is just click on this play button. So that's all. It's way faster than running plugins from the filters menu. So here is the before and after. So one quick tip, if you will be running the same plugin with the different icon, like a small one, a half length portrait or close-up portrait, the plugin will fix different blemishes and different spots on the skin. So here, for example, I made a action. I call it Fine Retouch. This is action right from for the Heal plugin. So I will run it. And this action applies Heal plugin in different modes to the same image. So this is how it looks like. So the first one is for the small particles. The first one for the biggest spots on the image. The second one for the smaller spots and imperfections, and the third one for the really small imperfections of the image. And using this action, you can fix all the skin just in one click, before and after. So in most cases it works fine, but for this image, you can use such an action and apply the plugin 3 times. Let's move on to the next image. Let's consider dodging and burning. So here is such an image, and I will run the plugins right from the panel. It is really easy to do. So all you need to do is just choose which plugins you need to apply to the specific image. So firstly, you need to buy each plugin separately. Then you need to install Retouch4me panel for the Photoshop. You will find it in the plugins tab, plugins menu. So here it is. And then all you need to is just click each specific plugins that you want to apply to such an image. So I will apply here heal, dodge and burn, skin tone, skin mask. So I will get all my skin layers in the separate folder with the mask for the skin. And for this image, maybe I will apply portrait volumes. I just click retouch button. So the panel works like a set of actions, and you don't need to create specific layers for your retouching. So all you need to do is just choose the plugins that you want to apply to the image and click retouch. So the retouching is done. And let me show you the before and after. Here is the layers for this retouching. So here is the heal layer and here is the dodge and burn. So this is how the dodge and burn layer looks like. It's a neutral gray layer with such a mask. Just imagine how much time you would spend to draw this mask manually. I will change the layer mode to the soft light. So here is the before and after. So the skin tone layer, check the skin tone, some red shade on the cheeks after. And the portrait volumes. So if you need to make your portraits more 3D, so basically all you need to do is just choose the plugins you need to apply to the image and click retouch before and after. So this is how it works. So I have a questions. When are the desktop plugins or Photoshop panel going to given the same live view editing functionality as Apex, so we can see the changes being made as we are in the process of editing them? Having the render each plugin first is so slow compared to Apex. No, I don't think so. That the render is slow, so you can see on the screen how much time I spent on each image. The great thing about Apex is that you you get the retouched version from our servers. So your image firstly will be uploaded to the server, then you will get the completely retouched image. So you don't need to spend the time to retouching it on your computer. But in this case, it doesn't takes lots of time. So I will show you on other image. Maybe, I don't know, maybe let's try this one. So I can apply here heal, mattifier, dodge burn, portrait volumes, skin tone is fine. Eye vessels, because I have blood vessels in the eyes, skin mask, white teeth. I think that's all. So I just click here, retouch. So I'm working on MacBook. I have MacBook Pro with M1 processor. And as you can see, it works way more faster than manual retouching. So that's all, it's done. Let's check the before and after. I will hide the panel. So sometimes people really care about the skin texture, and they are absolutely right, because the skin texture makes your images look natural. And in this case, texture remain the same before, after. Also check the eyes. Here is the mattifier layer. Look on the forehead, before and after. This image, if you need to fix something, if you care about the preview, so you can just go to their opacity slider, maybe just decrease slightly, and that's all. So this is how it works, before and after. So let me show you how you can apply retouching for the background, studio background. Just look at this. It is a paper background and it is so unclean. So you can see the footprints here and you can see the wooden logs. beneath it, like wooden floor. So if you need to clean such a background, you will spend lots of time. But now all you need to do is just apply clean backdrop. You can run this plugin right from the panel, click play button here, and you will get the result. It's done. So before, let me zoom in just. The great thing about this plugin is that you will still get the shadows from your subject. So it looks really natural, but you clean the background. So I will show you one more trick with this plugin. So it works for the white backgrounds. So what if you have dark background and you need to fix it? For example, like this. So I will apply pretty much the same set of plugins here, like this. Maybe skin tone also. Click retouch. So as you can see, we have here not only the face but the whole body, and you need to pay attention to every part of your model if you're shooting such an images for, I don't know, maybe fashion magazines or something. So I applied here Heal, Dutch Burn, Portrait Volume, Skin Tone, and Skin Mask plugins. So let's check the details before and after. So this is how it works. So this is all my retouchings, and before, after. Just pay attention to the lag before, after. So we have here dark background and you have lots of scratches here, and actually you need to do something with this. But the background is black, so here is the trick. You can merge all layers together, then just select the background, made a new layer, and here I just on my Mac I press Command I, so I invert this image and I get that. And here I just click clean backdrop. So I apply the plugins to the of this image. So it works if you're working with dark backgrounds and you need to clean it. So here I just press option button, click between the layers like this. So I will apply clean backdrop layer exactly to the same layer, to the underneath layer. Click Command E to merge two layers, and then Command I to invert it again. And I get perfectly clean black floor. So before and after. Before and after. Just let me zoom in. This is how it looks like. You got all the shadows here, so nothing is blurred. And the final, so here is the original image and here is the retouched version. So this is how it works. So using the panel, you can apply the plugins you need right to your image. But we have some plugins that you need to apply from the filters menu, and I will show you how they work. So I will merge all layers together, and I will show you the plugin which is called Color Match. For example, if you need to copy the color scheme or color palette from one image to your image, you can just use this plugin, open your reference folder. Here, there are some settings. So you can apply the luminance from your reference to your image and apply color. Also, you can do something with the skin tone. And here is the before and after, and here is the reference image. So you can just click those arrows and choose between different references, images in your folder, and apply the one you like, the one you need to your specific image. Okay, so I will, so I just copied the color scheme of this image to my shot. So I got blue and brown color scheme, And here is my image before and after. So this is how it works. Okay, let me check the webinar chat. Why the hand was not also processed by the skin tone plugin? Does the skin tone work on hands? Yes, it works on hands. Just give me a second. I will open something, maybe this one. So when you're shooting people outdoors during winter, you have really red hands, ears, sometimes nose. So all you need to do is just apply skin tone plugin right from the panel. Click this play button, and that's all. Just let me zoom in, check the hand before, after, before, after, and check the ear and the nose. Or for example, you're shooting outdoors during windy weather, it is really great. Before and after, just one click. So when you are applying the plugins in the panel, how do you know what strength to set the plugin to avoid overcooking the image? So actually, if you set the sensitivity or, for example, blending on this 70% in most cases, you will not overcook your image. So this is how it works. Let me open one more image. Okay, maybe this one. So this photograph is really important for me because I was shot it 11 years ago. So I was selling gift cards for a shoot, and a friend of mine just bought one. And for this card, you will get 30 images, headshots, or others. So in this case, so we decided to meet. I asked her about some diamonds or something, and she said, "Yeah, I have some blue stone." And I said, "Okay, I will shoot you like in Titanic or something, and I will make a setup." So I had one big softbox in front of you and one small one above. Also, I have a fan on the floor, so you see the hairs flying here. And 11 years ago, I didn't even dream about using AI for retouching, so I have to spend lots of time on the whole series of the images. And believe me or not, that after the 10th image, I can draw all your pimples on the head just because I remember everything. Because you have to do on every image the same operations. But in this case, using AI retouching, I can just choose the plugins that I want to apply to this image and click maybe mattifier and click retouch. So this is how it works. So if you need to retouch lots of files, we have a batch retouching here. So you can just click here and choose the whole folder. Just check the before and after. Before, after, before, after. Also, I will press Option Command Shift E and combine all layers for the top one and run one more plugin, which is called Face Make. So this plugin works with the face, and what we can do here, let's enable face lifting. Let's check the before and after. Also, you can increase the lifting, increase feminine lifting like this, increase lips effect, some smoothing, and just check the before and after. So I will just, for demonstration purposes, just make it more than I usually do, just to show you the difference before and after. So what else do we have here? You have a makeup. So here is the smoke veil. So this is the makeup for the eyes. You can choose different makeups here. You can choose the color. Also, you can choose the lips color and the form of your lipstick, the form of the lips. And what about the skin? You can set here even golden dots or something. And also we have a reshape sort of displays option, and you can choose what do you need to this image. And here I just chose narrow nose. So let's check the before and after. Just pay attention to the nose displays before and after. And here is the final before and after. So I just click apply here, and here's the image I got. So this is the before, and this is how it works. I have a questions. The heal plugin removes moles. Is there any way how to prevent it other than manually masking the layer? So it is really hard to see the difference sometimes between the pimples and the moles. So in such cases, you have to pay attention to your image and see if it has some moles or not. So yeah, you have to mask it manually. So this is how it works for now. Okay, let's move on to the presentation. So for the plugins, when you buy the license, you will get them forever. You don't need internet for processing. So it's a really great money investment. So here is the link. You can go here, download the Photoshop panel to practice, and download raw files and get 20 free retouches for the panel. So let me show you how it works for the panel. So as soon as you download and install the panel, you will move on to the cloud retouch, and here you can apply the plugins to your image. For the cloud, we have 11 tools. For on device, we have more than 11. So some of them you can run right from the panel using on device tab, and some of them you can run using filter, and here you can choose the plugins that you need to apply to your image. Let's move on to the presentation. So also you can download the plugins demo and try on your images, but pay attention that in the plugins you cannot save your images, but you can check the preview and using this QR code, or just go to the website, to the products on the top, open the products panel and choose plugins for retouching. Okay, also you can tell me how helpful was today's webinar. Maybe you will need to see something else for the future, or maybe you have some questions about using the plugins on different images. How can we make a batch processing when you have a lot of pictures in the folder? Question from Casey. All right, I will show you. Let me share the Photoshop. So here in the panel, we have a batch retouching. So all you need to do is set the specific plugins that you want to apply to your images. Then choose batch retouching here and choose the folder to which you want to apply your retouching. For example, this one, and then click open, and that's all. So the panel will be all images one by one to Photoshop. Apply the specific set of the plugins to the desired images, then save it, close it, open the next one, and then till the images ends in the folder, till the last image in the folder. So here at the top of the panel, you can choose the settings for your saving images, and there you can save your images as TIFFs with layers, or you can choose, for example, JPEGs and save your images as JPEGs. Also, you can choose the folder where you need to apply, where you need to save your images after they will be retouched. So let me open this folder already. So let me share the screen. So here is the folder with my images, and here is retouched one folder. Here you will get the retouched images. So the Photoshop, as you see right now, retouching images, applying the set of the plugins to every image, then save it, and you will get all your images in the specific folder. So all you need to do for now is just wait or just go somewhere, maybe go to sleep, go to spend the time with your family, something. So here is the image. It's already retouched. This is how it looks like. So it's after versions of your images from this folder. So this is how AI retouching works. So this is after, and let me show you the before version of this guy. This is before. Just check the skin, and let me show you the after once again. Here is the after. So this is how patch retouching works. I think that's all for today. I hope that this webinar will be really helpful and you will speed up your workflow using our AI retouching plugins. Thank you for being here. My name is Vitaly Gabichkin, co-founder of Retouch4me, and I hope to see you on the next webinars.